The cabin lights dim, a muted gold washing over the aisle. A man gasps 2 rows down, shallow, desperate. Maya stands, instinct guiding her before thought does. She moves toward him. "I'm a doctor," she says softly. Calm, practiced. The flight attendant blocks her path, arms stiff across the aisle. "Ma'am, please return to your seat. We've called for help." Maya blinks. "Help is here." Her hand gestures gently toward herself, the calm of 1,000 emergencies behind her eyes. But the attendant doesn't move. "Protocol," she insists. "We can't have passengers interfering." "Interfering?" Maya echoes, the word landing heavier than intended. Around her, heads begin to turn, quiet eyes, hesitant, watching but not stepping in. The man's breathing worsens. Maya looks at him, then back at the attendant. "If you wait, he won't make it." The attendant's jaw tightens. "Please sit down, ma'am." A small silence, long enough to measure prejudice. Long enough for fear to dress itself as authority. From behind, someone whispers, "Let her help." Another follows, a low murmur rippling down the cabin. Maya's chest rises, steady. "If it were your father, would you still be waiting for permission?" The attendant hesitates, fingers trembling just slightly. But she doesn't move. The intercom crackles. The captain's voice calls for medical assistance. Too late, but still enough. Maya kneels beside the man, finally past the barrier. Her hands move swiftly, rhythmically. Narration drifts over the hum of the engines. They said stay seated. But some silences feel like consent, and I refuse to be quiet in a room where someone was dying. The cabin watches, breath held, the silence before the plea finally breaking. Maya steadies her breathing as the man's chest rises unevenly beneath her hands. The attendant crouches near, voice low but cutting. "We just need to confirm you're a real doctor, ma'am." "Anyone can say it." Maya looks up slowly. "A man is dying." "That should be confirmation enough." The attendant's smile is tight, rehearsed. "I'm only following procedure." Maya wipes her forehead, the hum of the engines louder now. "Procedure didn't ask what color my hands were before they saved lives." The attendant's gaze flicks, from Maya's brown skin to the gold ring on her finger, then to the passengers. A single glance, heavy enough to measure worth. A passenger whispers, "Does it matter?" She's helping him. But the voice fades, swallowed by collective silence. The attendant straightens, radio trembling slightly in her grip. "I just need to verify." Maya's voice drops, calm but sharp. "If I looked like someone else, would you still need proof?" No response. Only the flicker of guilt behind polished professionalism. The dying man coughs, gasping, the sound forcing reality back into the cabin. Maya's hands move again, controlled and steady. He's going into shock. "I need a medical kit now." Another attendant hesitates, then finally runs to retrieve it. Narration edges through the tension. Some glances weigh more than words. They test your right to exist in spaces that were never built for you, even when you're there to save them. The attendant's radio crackles. A faint voice from the cockpit asks for an update. She answers softly, eyes lowered now. "A doctor's assisting." "Yes, she's real." Maya doesn't look up. Her silence speaks louder, the kind that reclaims its place without permission. The intercom crackles overhead, calm, commanding. "Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. The situation is under control." Maya freezes mid-compression, her gloved hands hovering above the man's chest. "Under control?" she mutters. The passenger beside her looks from Maya to the ceiling, unsure whose truth to believe. The attendant lowers her eyes. "Captain's orders," she says, her voice small, almost apologetic. Maya exhales slowly, anger wrapped in restraint. "Tell your captain someone's heart doesn't wait for permission." The attendant hesitates, clutching the intercom phone. "Ma'am, please," I said. "Tell him." Silence. Then the pilot's voice again, smoother this time, detached. "If there is a medical professional on board, please follow the instructions of the flight crew." The words hang in the cabin like fog. Soft, suffocating, final. A few passengers shift uneasily. No one speaks. Maya's inner voice rises beneath the mechanical hum. He speaks from behind a locked door, yet his word weighs more than the pulse fading beneath my hands. The man's breathing falters. Maya presses again, firm, relentless. He's coding. I need the kit, now. Another attendant rushes forward, eyes wide with fear breaking the spell. She kneels beside Maya, passing over the defibrillator. Their hands brush, one trembling, one steady. The intercom stays silent now. Authority has spoken once too many times, and the sound of it has become guilt. Maya's voice cuts through the quiet. Tell your captain control means nothing if it costs a life. No one answers. Only the engine hums, a reminder that power can echo from unseen mouths while truth fights for air just a few rows below. The silence is thick enough to hear the man's shallow breaths fighting time. Maya's palms tremble just once before she steadies herself, eyes fixed on the pulse fading beneath her fingers. Around her, the cabin watches, frozen, complicit, afraid to move. The head attendant steps forward. "Ma'am, please," the captain said. Maya interrupts, voice firm but low. "The captain isn't here." "This man is." A beat passes. The attendant hesitates, torn between training and conscience. "You'll be held responsible if—" "I already am," Maya whispers, and lowers her hand onto the man's chest. One compression, two. The rhythmic sound of defiance fills the air. Whispers ripple through the rows. She's helping him. Is she even a doctor? Why won't they let her? The murmurs grow heavy, the weight of collective hesitation pressing against her resolve. Her inner voice tightens. "Every second spent proving my worth is another second stolen from his life. Get me oxygen," she says. "Now!" No one moves until an older woman in row 10 stands, voice trembling. "Give her the damn mask!" The attendant flinches, then obeys, fumbling with the kit. Maya fits it gently over the man's face. His chest rises, shallow but alive. A breath escapes her, relief mixed with sorrow. The attendant looks away, shame flickering behind her eyes. "You shouldn't have done that," she murmurs. Maya doesn't look up. "I didn't have a choice." The plane feels heavier now, not from altitude, but from truth pressing down. Somewhere a child asks softly, "Is he okay?" Maya glances at the faint pulse returning beneath her hand. "He will be," she says quietly. We all might be if we start remembering what that means. The aisle feels endless, a narrow stage where truth dares to breathe. Maya kneels, the man's pulse faint beneath her touch. Her voice breaks the quiet authority of the cabin. "He's still here. I need space." The flight attendant hesitates, clutching the intercom. "Ma'am, you're not authorized." Maya doesn't look up. "Authorization won't bring him back." Her tone is even, steady. The kind of calm that frightens those who mistake silence for submission. Cameras rise like witnesses. Passengers film from trembling hands. Someone whispers, "Is she supposed to do that?" Another voice answers, "She said she's a doctor." "Right?" The attendant's jaw tightens. "We've alerted medical staff on landing. Please return to your seat." Maya's eyes flick up. "He won't make it to landing." Her fingers move again, precise, controlled, deliberate rebellion. Each compression becomes an argument, each breath she gives him, an act of defiance. The hum of the plane deepens. The pilot's voice cuts through the intercom, calm but weighted. "Flight attendants, secure the cabin," a woman gasps. "She's helping him." Maya speaks softly, almost to herself. "Help isn't supposed to look like disobedience." The man's chest rises faintly. A flicker of life. Gasps echo like fragile applause. The attendant steps back, uncertain now. He's breathing?" "For now," Maya says, eyes never leaving him. "Keep that oxygen steady." Her thoughts press inward. They don't see a doctor. They see defiance wrapped in brown skin. A child peeks from a nearby seat. "Did she save him?" Maya exhales, voice quiet but firm. "No one saves anyone alone." She glances around the silent faces, their phones still raised. Sometimes you just remind them what saving looks like. The engines roar on, but control has shifted. The crowd parts like judgment. Maya steps off the plane, wrists trembling from the hold of authority. Flashbulbs sting her eyes, quick, sharp reminders that truth doesn't matter when the story is already written. "Dr. Maya Lewis, did you assault a flight attendant?" Someone shouts. She doesn't answer. Her voice feels like it belongs to someone else. Someone's still back there, pressing her palms against a dying man's chest. A reporter pushes forward. "Were you pretending to be a doctor?" Her jaw tightens. "No," she says softly. "I was trying to save him." The officer beside her murmurs, "Ma'am, let's keep moving." Inside the terminal, the air feels heavier, too clean, too silent. A woman in a blazer meets her. "Dr. Lewis, I'm Agent Monroe with the FBI. We'll need to talk." Maya looks at her badge, then at the cameras still flashing through the glass. "You only talk after the world decides who's guilty." Monroe pauses, then gestures toward a small room. "Just procedure." The door closes behind them. The hum of the airport fades. Maya sits, hands folded, every breath measured. Monroe's voice lowers. "There's a lot of noise online. People think you attacked a crew member." Maya almost laughs. "Funny how saving a life sounds like an attack when it's done by someone who looks like me?" Monroe hesitates. "I didn't say that. You didn't have to." A silence stretches. Then Monroe sighs. "The passenger survived. Paramedics confirmed your CPR kept him stable." Maya's eyes flicker. Relief, then something heavier. And yet the headline reads, "Unruly passenger." Monroe looks away. The system moves slower than rumors. Maya exhales. "No, it just moves for different people." Her voice softens, not anger, just exhaustion. "Tell me, Agent, how long before truth trends?" Monroe has no answer. The interrogation room empties slowly. Maya sits alone, eyes fixed on the table's reflection. Her face split between fatigue and defiance. The silence is heavy enough to remember. She closes her eyes. The rooms that never saw me. A memory unfolds. Lecture halls, white coats, the smell of antiseptic and arrogance. "You're late," her professor had said once, glancing at her badge before her face. "Next time, try being early enough to matter." The class laughed, softly, carefully, the way people laugh when cruelty wears authority. Back then, she'd swallowed it. She thought silence would earn her space. In the present, the door clicks open. Monroe steps in, holding a folder. "You can go for now, Dr. Lewis. Legal will contact you." Maya stands, slow, deliberate. "Do you know what it's like to keep proving you belong in rooms built to ignore you?" Monroe hesitates. "You're not on trial." "Not yet," Maya says. "But I always am." The words hang there, neither accusation nor plea, just truth left on the table. Monroe shifts, uneasy. "You saved a man. That counts for something." Maya exhales, almost smiles. Only if they believe it. She gathers her things, a stethoscope, cracked phone, trembling hands, and walks toward the door. The hallway beyond feels familiar. Sterile, indifferent, too bright. Her father's voice echoes, low, tired, certain. "They don't see us until it's too late." For a moment, she stops. That sentence has followed her into every hallway, every room where she was both needed and doubted. She whispers, almost to herself. Maybe now they'll see. Monroe watches from the doorway, eyes softening, guilt seeping through her calm. "I see you," she says quietly. Maya doesn't turn around. Then remember it. The glass walls gleam with false transparency. Inside, executives speak in whispers as if truth were contagious. "We just need this to go away," says the PR agent, her tone clipped, rehearsed. The others nod, not in agreement, but in fear of headlines. A young journalist, seated at the end of the table, scribbles quietly. Her name tag says intern. Her eyes, however, carry something sharper than caution, recognition. She's seen Maya's face before, not in reports, but in memory. Her mother's stories of being dismissed, talked over, unseen. "Can we at least release a statement acknowledging her credentials?" she asks. The PR agent doesn't look up. Acknowledgement equals liability. "We express regret, not admission," the intern presses. "She saved a man's life, which makes us lucky," another executive cuts in. "Not responsible." The silence that follows is suffocating, not empty, but heavy with the sound of self-preservation. Through the glass, Maya sits in the lobby, calm, still. Her phone buzzes nonstop. Messages from strangers who believe, others who doubt. She doesn't answer. She just stares at the reflection, the same one she saw on that airplane window where disbelief met defiance. Back inside, the intern gathers her notes and stands. "You can't bury what's already breathing," she says, almost to herself. The PR agent sighs. "Young lady, this is how the world works." The intern meets her gaze. Then maybe it shouldn't. Outside the room, her footsteps echo, the sound of quiet rebellion walking out the door. Maya watches her pass. Their eyes meet briefly, two strangers connected by something wordless. The intern whispers, "They're scared." Maya nods, a faint, tired smile. "Good," she says softly. "That's where truth begins." The fluorescent lights buzz like restless thoughts. Maya sits straight, hands folded, the hum of the room louder than the people in it. Across from her, uniforms glint. Pilots, executives, a lawyer in a navy suit pretending to be neutral. The chairperson clears his throat. "Dr. Bennett," he begins, "do you understand why you're here?" She nods slowly. "I do." To explain why saving a life looked like breaking a rule. A few pens pause mid-air. The lawyer shifts, rehearsed tone firm. "You acted without authorization. You defied cabin command." Maya's gaze doesn't flinch. "I acted before a man stopped breathing." Silence. The air feels courtroom thick. Someone coughs. Someone else looks away. The lawyer leans forward. "We're not questioning your intentions, doctor. Just your conduct." Her voice softens. Not weak, but worn. "My conduct?" A pause. "You mean my decision to choose pulse over protocol?" The chairperson exhales. "Dr. Bennett, emotions aside," she interrupts quietly, each word deliberate. "A man was dying. And before I could help him, I had to prove I was human first." The sentence doesn't echo. It lands. Heavy. Final. No one moves. A journalist lowers her pen. The flight attendant at the far end shifts, eyes wet, guilt bending her posture. The lawyer looks down, his script useless now. Maya continues calm. "You can write policies, but you can't regulate mercy." No one argues. The chairperson clears his throat again, softer this time. "We appreciate your service, doctor." Maya stands. "You don't have to appreciate it," she says, voice steady. "Just stop making it harder for people like me to do it." As she walks out, the lights hum louder, or maybe it's the silence finally speaking back. The video plays on loop. The shaky frame of the cabin, the trembling voice shouting for help, Maya's hands pressing against a chest while the flight attendant blocks her path. Then the still image, her face, calm in defiance. The pilot watches, his jaw tightening until it trembles. The boardroom feels smaller now. "I didn't mean for it to go that way," he mutters, eyes fixed on the table. His voice cracks like something old breaking. Maya doesn't move. "You didn't have to mean it," she says quietly. "You just had to believe it." He blinks, confused. "Believe what?" "That I didn't belong there. That my skin made my degree less real. That saving a life needed permission." Her tone never rises, but the truth lands heavy. The lawyer clears his throat, whispering, "Captain, you may respond." He doesn't. His hand rubs the back of his neck, a gesture of someone stripped of certainty. "I thought I was following protocol." Maya exhales softly. "Protocol doesn't ask for proof of worth." For a moment, no one speaks. The journalist in the corner looks away, embarrassed by the sound of guilt turning human. The gavel drops, a dull, restrained tap. Decision made. No applause. No satisfaction. The chairperson's words are measured. "Captain, your conduct is under review. Dr. Bennett, your case will be closed with commendation." Maya nods once. No triumph. No revenge. Just stillness. As the room empties, the pilot stands, broken by what isn't said. "I'm sorry," he whispers. She glances back, eyes steady. "Then remember it. When the door shuts, there's no cheer, just quiet. The kind that feels like justice exhaling for the first time." The letter appears online late on a Tuesday night. Small font, buried beneath news of a celebrity breakup. No headline, no statement from the captain himself. Just a corporate draft that reads like it was written by someone who's never been humiliated in public. Maya reads it once, then again. Her thumb hovers over the screen before she locks it and sets the phone face down. The clinic smells faintly of antiseptic and jasmine tea. Outside, a generator hums against the quiet. Her assistant, Rosa, breaks the silence. "They finally said sorry," she murmurs. Maya gives a half smile. "No," she says softly. "They said something that sounds like sorry." Rosa hesitates. "Do you feel better at least?" Maya looks toward the waiting area, a mother humming to her child, an old man reading yesterday's paper. "I don't think better is what comes after this," she says. Meanwhile, miles away, the pilot scrolls through the same statement. The comment section is empty. No one defending him. No one condemning him either. Just silence, the kind that swallows men who once believed they were untouchable. He whispers to himself. "That's it?" His wife glances over. "You should be grateful they didn't use your name," she says quietly. He nods but doesn't answer. Gratitude feels like a foreign language now. In her clinic, Maya finishes another shift. A little boy thanks her for fixing his arm. His mother says, "You made us proud, doctor." She smiles, gentle but distant. Pride feels heavier than before, like carrying proof no one asked for. When the door closes behind them, she exhales slowly. The world keeps turning, pretending not to notice the apology no one really heard. The flight attendant checks her ticket without recognition. No hesitation this time, no pause before the word doctor, just a polite smile and a gesture toward her seat. Maya nods, quiet, placing her bag beneath the seat in front of her. The engines hum like a low memory, steady, familiar, no longer cruel. Across the aisle, a teenage girl watches her. "Are you the doctor from that plane?" she whispers, almost afraid to be wrong. Maya turns, eyes soft. "I'm just a doctor," she says. The girl smiles. "My mom showed me the story. Said you reminded her that being calm doesn't mean being weak." Maya's lips curve faintly. "Your mom sounds wise," the girl nods, pulling out her earbuds. "She said sometimes people fear what they don't understand. But you didn't." Silence lingers, gentle, not heavy. Maya looks out the window. The clouds stretch endless, soft white fading into blue. Down below, in some airport bookstore, a man buys a magazine he doesn't plan to read. The headline catches him off guard. The doctor who didn't wait for permission. The pilot's fingers tighten around the glossy paper. Her photo stares back, calm, grounded, unbroken. He exhales, a sound almost like apology, but too late, too quiet. Back on the plane, Maya closes her eyes. The announcement crackles through the cabin. Altitude rising, seatbelts locked. For a moment, she remembers the weight of that first flight, the voices, the disbelief, the man's fading breath. But now, it feels different. The air doesn't judge her. The sky doesn't question her right to belong. It just carries her, steady and open, like it finally remembered her name.